Good morning, good afternoon. How's everybody doing? Happy Monday. Yeah, weekend was good. Man, it just went quick. Went quick. Hey, Chris. Timo. Hey, JB, what's up? What's going on, Egg? Mazza, good to see you. Long time no see. So, what's up, Jab? Hey, Jeff, you back just in time. So what are we going to do this month then, folks? Well, this is the last trading day of the month. Friday is a holiday. And overnight inventory is 100% long. Every single trade is above Friday's close. We've had little adjustments down, nothing major yet, nothing, no, no significant inventory corrections here. We just had one fail to get to Friday's high. So if we open right here, we're going to open on a gap. The gap fill would be trading at Friday's high. And right now I can tell you shorts are trapped under 62.36, under 62.40, and we've got sellers up here at 52 to 56. So we've basically been bopping around like this, taking this inventory and selling it for profit in the overnight. Had a fairly big range on Friday. 61.84 up to 62.40. That's a decent size range. And once again, we kind of threw the market up here. Let's see if it sticks and goes sideways. 62.30 and a quarter. Right? If we break this level, right? If we break 62.36, then look for 30, okay? First downside target, then the overnight low. Then, of course, the close. If for some weird reason we can't break, if we don't get a gap fill, now I know all you guys love to say all gaps fill like parrots. Whack, all gaps fill. Whack. Right? Everybody loves to do that. Right? If the gap doesn't fill, right, it's going to rotate higher. Hey, Ronan, what's up? Right? You know, I don't have the stats on whether end of quarter tends to be positive, but boy, if you were getting paid on performance, Dan, it sure would be helpful if your quarter looked good, wouldn't it? Nudge, nudge, wink, wink. Know what I mean? Hey, Raj, what's up? You get some rest from all the driving and right? So if that gap doesn't fill, look for rotation and sideways. Right? Oh, thanks, Denny. Good stat. I mean, really, there's no reason to sell, is there? As long as this thing keeps getting marked up every day, there's no reason to sell. Now, of course, everyone's going, is this the end of the move? Right? Well, let's just put it to you this way. I wouldn't be going 5,000 contracts long at 62.45. I will scalp back and forth. I will look for an inventory correction lower. But I have to. I have to listen to the chart. I cannot go and impose my will on the chart and say this has to happen, this doesn't have to happen, because it all depends on the order flow, right? Right? The order flow, the customer is coming in, it has to support what I'm thinking. If it doesn't, then it's just nothing but a highfalutin theory. And that's okay. It's okay to have theories. But at some point, we have to take trades, and trades have to be based on reality. So if the market's not going any lower, right, if it really is bid up, right, we'll see. Play it cool, just relax. Don't get too wound up about all of this. It's just business, right? It's summer. Take it easy. Let the chart tell you what's going on. It's just going. I took a little short here just to test my reflexes. Now we're above VWAP and we're going back and forth over VWAP. So I'm seeing a seller at 47, right? Thanks, folks. And, you know, at the Trading Syndicate, we try and teach you how to use practical information to trade. So please like and subscribe. And please check out our room. Use the discount code. It's left at less than 50 cents a day. We have a great crew of people working in there. No matter what you trade, you can trade with us all day. I'm often in the room, and if I'm not, you know, there's other people there who will be able to help you. And then also we'll teach you how to use the funded trader accounts like with our friends at Apex. And there's a discount code with them. We were always putting them out in the description. So, scenarios off the open. Right? And they're the usual scenarios. There's nothing really rocket science here. Right? Up, down, or sideways. I'm thinking sideways. And then finally, when people have had enough, maybe a gap fill. Now, if that scenario doesn't happen, if we go sideways and we can't fill up the gap, then it's going to rotate higher. Okay? Just something to keep in mind. I would imagine by Thursday the price action will slow to a crawl. I remember when I was working the U.S. Canadian desk, because I was the rookie, I had to be there I would have to work Canadian holidays. Oh, by the way, it's a holiday in Canada today. It's Canada Day, isn't it? Oh no, tomorrow's Canada Day. And then the 4th is on a Friday. So I'd always get stuck as a rookie working both holidays. And they were pretty slow. Oh, pretty slow. See, so much for the seller under VWAP, right? We were under VWAP for about half an hour. Now, I'm not looking to see much of a correction maybe till later in the trading day. If we open on a gap, it means we've got another. Well, let's go through the short positions, shall we? Since we have time. Okay. So, first short position is between where current price is and Friday's high. Right? Try try and keep it family friendly, Cryptomania. Okay? I don't want to get canceled. Right? Like Don Cherry. The next short position is here, underneath the base of this ugly looking P. Okay? Right. And what these short positions are, that equals bids. Okay? Yeah, thanks. I know. I don't want to get into trouble. Right? I don't think free speech exists anymore, so we have to watch the overlords are watching. I don't want to get canceled. So there's bids here, bids here. There'll be bids at the overnight low and at Friday's close. Okay? Those are one, two, those are the three newest short positions, right? And if we go back in time, you'll see that there will be short positions here at 6,200. Anybody who's short down here, there's a short position here, one here, and one. They're all over the place, all the way down. We have gaps that haven't filled, right? You guys are aware of that, right? Gap, unfilled gap, right? It's been like this now, unfilled gap, unfilled gap, okay? Gaps don't have to fill unless the order flow exists to do it. Always remember that. They don't just automatically fill. You have to have the order flow. Order flow is a fancy way of saying customers. If you don't have customers getting out, there's no order flow. And if there's no order flow, how could there be selling? Right? Short the back end of the move. This is the back end. This is the front end. Does everybody get that? Markets go like this. So this is the front, this is the back. Short the back when you see sellers are competing. You have a place to put your stop. Does that make sense? Front end, back end. Right? The front end is for large traders to get rid of their product. When they start price competing and lowering price, lower the price, you sell next to them. Sorry, Agatha, I don't understand your question. So most likely we are going to open on a gap. Right now we have sellers at 48. That's right there, right there. It might be a little choppy off the open. Okay? Might be a little choppy. Don't be surprised. Right? If it's choppy, how do we adjust how we do business? Right? So if the market's choppy, how are we going to adjust how we do business? Maybe we don't hold trades as long. Maybe we sell into strength, cover into weakness. Maybe we realize that there's not as much follow through in the trade. Look for rotation, play the edges. Work from the outside in. Okay? Oh my goodness. Don't overtrade. Yeah, be snotty. Right? Yeah. If it's choppy, just find a nice balance zone. If it's big enough, just trade the outside in. Market's finally getting a lift here. Let's see if it can stay above 48 or if it comes back down underneath it. If we get over 48, 49, look for just under 51 for resistance. Right back at you, Cryptomania. Is there a data dump on Thursday? But will there be any or around to see it? I guess there will be. Right. You could now have a Bloom, you could trade from the Hamptons, Raj. Right? Hey, don't they have, what is that Elon Musk thing? Starlink, right? Put that on your boat. There you go. We're kind of creeping higher here. Creeping up on 62.50. The one thing you want to be careful about um, is if we get that creepy, slow price action that this market is horrible for. And it looks slow, and it sucks you into thinking it's weak. And then you go and short it, and then they get you. So watch out for that. The wall of worry. I never quite understood all that stuff. You know when you guys say wall of worry, you know what I think of? Remember when David Letterman had the Velcro wall and people would throw themselves up against it and stick? I always think of the Velcro wall. I don't think about walls. I actually understand that reference. My girlfriend made me watch Game of Thrones. It was rather painful, but now I understand the wall. Hey, C Money, what's going on? Hey, Sandy, how are you? Jeannie, good morning. I'm ready for this long weekend, I tell you that. The overnight high, sorry, NFT Bandit. Thank you, Moran. I didn't even see that. 55 is the high, the low is 23 half, 23 quarter. Oh, is that what that means? Wall of worry? Sounds rather ominous, doesn't it? Okay. Opening trades. Oh, I don't know. I'm short biased, but the chart's telling me that I shouldn't be short biased. Shorts are getting hammered. It's been a meat grinder for the shorts for the entire month. Stop working for 6 weeks. What are you talking about? Oh, vacation. Yes, Jerry, I know. He's always showing off. He's got 6 weeks of vacation. What's up, Topsy? Oh, see, just little things like that where the market hit that seller, came back, looked under 48 and popped. So every time a market backfills and goes higher, right, it means that there are sellers that are bid, and we're the bid is following the offer. There's quite a few buyers in there because if you didn't cover on Friday, well, I guess today's the only day you can do it. Hmm. Okay, 2 minutes left. Exactly. Oh, well, I hope that goes well, Tobias. Sorry to hear about that. Hope you feel better and get up and going soon. Yeah, as soon as their software finds the short covering bid, it lifts the offer. Price goes right back up. So we're going to open on a gap. Let the market show us the way. Just relax and let it open up. Little movement down. Past VWAP. I think it's going to slow down a lot as we go into Thursday. Scalp long 44.5. Out one at 46. Out the other at 46.25. Now let's see what happens. I know there's going to be traffic here, right? So I was just going to see if that bid would lift us up a couple of ticks. Thanks, Lear. Oh. Remember, this market takes time to correct inventory. The reason is it's a low volume market. The second reason is there's a big short bid. So you want to take advantage of that and sell as much as you can up here before you have to lower price. So I'm watching 41.5, 42 now to see what we do when we get there. Good, good. Now gap fill. Come on, fill the gap. Fill the gap. Come on now. Oh, don't be like that. right? Gap fills at 39. If we don't fill the gap, you'll get some rotation upward, right? Be careful if you're front running along on the gap fill, right? Because the bids that are here are from short sellers, and they could evaporate in seconds if they see a seller, right? You cannot count on the shorts to be strong buyers unless they're in trouble, right? And if you are trying to go long off a gap fill, make sure you sell into strength. If that breaks, look for the 35s. So, good, we filled the gap. Now let's see what kind of buying. Let's see if any size comes in here. There's 1,000. It's creeping. Oh, there's a seller at 40. Point of control move down. Seeing some bids. Let's see. Take it easy. Nice and slow. Right? Remember, if you're going long here, don't waste a lot of money on a stop. Right? Sell into it. Sell into it, my friends. Right? There are going to be sellers here. So if you're long like 39, 39 and a half, don't be ashamed to sell. Okay, once it gets back over 42, it'll go to 45. But if it can't get back over 42, it's going to rotate back down. Try that 37, 6, and 5 stop to the lower end of these. The previous high of day can be a bid, and it was for a little while, top C. See, it's right there, because the shorts are trapped underneath it, right? So they'll sit there and buy, but as soon as they see anybody show some size, they're going to back away. They're going to start backing away from the bid, like here, right? And then if the offer moves up, they'll chase the offer up. If the offer moves lower, they'll pull their bids and try and play hard to get. See, right there. See? So there's 37. A little bit of buying comes in at the stop, right? Breaks the stop, fills the buy orders underneath, right? The shorts are seeing size, so they're backing away, right? If you review this and you replay it, you'll be able to actually understand what's going on. The only people who are buying this market on this open are anyone who's caught short. So I'm looking for 35 and a quarter now. Right? We hit the targets I told you about on the downside. That's why I said if you were buying 39, don't spend a lot of money on the stop. It's not a high probability. It's a quick scalp. Right? If at all. If you're not a fast trader, don't worry. Just sit back and relax. Little look below and fail of 37. I didn't catch that. Didn't catch that. I took my eyes off the screen here for just a second, and I missed that. Yeah, there's a lot to say for this price action. It's not exactly the greatest. But I do tell you this. If we can't take out these 35s, if we stay above Friday's high, right, it's going to come back now. Now let's see if it stays above 39. So if you're a buyer here, where would you sell? Your lookout offer is going to be 43, 42 and 3/4, right? Because you're looking for a seller there. Out one at 42 and 3/4, right? 41 long, and I just get out of both of them there, right? Now, if you're holding longer, right, it's going to come back and fill and try and find some bids. If you're holding longer, we'll pull over 43, and your target will be 44 and change, where VWAP is, right? If we run out of supply, we'll come up and we'll offer over 43 and a quarter. Watch. There we go. See? We're not bid over it yet, but they offered over it, printed, and came back down. Well, let's see if we can keep it going. There you go. And sell into that strength. If you know where competitive selling is, you're going to be ahead of the game because you're going to sell before somebody else takes your customer, right? That's what you want. No reason to hold on to trades that are not doing what you think they should be doing, right? If it goes against, if you're long and people are offering way underneath where you're selling, take the hint. Lower your prices. You must price compete. You have no choice. Otherwise, you'll be put out of business. So what I'm looking for now is a nice rotation. What does that mean? It means that the market goes back and forth and kind of builds out that balance box that we use, and we get some rotation. If we get that, that helps us. We can trade the edges or build a position, because if the market builds a nice rotational position and we don't take out 35, we're going to go sell it up from 45 to 48. So we've got sellers at 43. Now we've got them at 42. It's very slow, right? See how slow it is? It's not exactly conducive to very fast trading. So what they're doing now is the inventory that's above us, that's trapped long, is puking out. Not everybody sells at the same time. So now all of that inventory is being soaked up on the bid, right? And if we stay and say build a position, sorry, 1 sec. Crap. Say here, right? Just back and forth, we'll take it and sell it up here, right? Tempo is very slow, Raj. Very slow. Slower tempo, less trades for us, right? Trade only your setup. Be a snob. Be a price action snob. Be a setup snob, right? Only when your terms and conditions are met do you execute. You're not going to just throw your money at any old trade idea. Looking to see if we take out 35 and a quarter. Here it comes. Look below and fail of 37. I'll wait to go long until it gets over the previous day high, because I see that there's a seller here. And I'd like to wait till the next candle to see if it stays over 37. See you, Danny. Nice to be done for the day. I like that. Ha! I put in a bid at 38 and a quarter and 39 and a quarter, and I did not get any at either. So I was right, but I moved slow. Right? I was trying to get long here to sell into these 42s. I missed it. That was a quick little rotation. Yeah, can I? What's the internal demon? Is that like you didn't get the last piece of cake kind of demon or something like that? I know what my demons are. My demons when I was retail trading was laziness and lack of discipline. Other than that, I didn't have very many demons. Right? My demons were simple. I was lazy and I didn't have any discipline. I was just kidding around, Top C. Nice work, Redbeard. Oh, gosh. We're not even halfway through. Oh, we're just halfway through A period. That's a lot of demons, brother. Maybe I don't want to go open that tickle trunk. I'll leave that closed for me. All right. Well, let's see if this will give me a chance to go along, to rotate up to 42. Come on. Show me what you got. Okay. All right. Try a quick scalp, and I scratched. Oh, wait. Now it's going to come lower. There's that 35. Quarter. Takes that out. No reason to buy it yet. There's a seller. No, no seller at 37. Exactly, Top C. That's good. I'm glad my cheapness helped you, right? Yeah, when you go out to dinner with people who are worth hundreds of millions of dollars, don't be in a hurry to reach for the wallet, right? Alligator arms. Alligator arms will save you a lot of money at the dinner table and from getting stopped out. I don't see it clearly here, so I'm hesitating. The next candle, if we can't get back up over 37, it's a short down to 30. But it's playing really hard to get with me right now. So maybe I'll wait until we get back over the previous day high to go long. Because here it seems premature. Sometimes you have to sacrifice trade location for clarity. I find that especially in choppy markets. And my timing wasn't that good on scalping right there, so I've just got to sit and wait. See if we can get over 39 and stay over 39. Take that 39. There's going to be sellers at 40, 41, 42. Still a seller at that previous day high, right? I always go and buy it too early and then it sells off, you see? I always buy it there and then it sells down. That's my... what do you call it, demon, right? So let's see if we can creep this thing over 39, pick up a few, and I'll offer them out at 41. See if I can get some. Wait for the next candle. Right. Out one at 40 and a half. Gonna lower my offer to 40 and 3/4. Out the other one at 40 and a half. I'm not seeing what I want. So I'm out. I have no hesitation in selling a position. If it's not doing what I want it to do, I'm gone. And the quicker I learn how to do that, the better it is for me because it's right down underneath where I bought it. You can always take the trade again, right? That moment that you hesitate, that costs you so much money, right? So as soon as you take your trade, I was long 39 and a quarter. I was offered at 42. I saw it stall before 41. I was like, okay, I got to get out of this, right? Now, am I over trading? Maybe, right? There's still a good amount of short covering coming in. It's just not aggressive because they don't have to be aggressive, right? They don't have to be aggressive because there's a decent amount of selling. There's that 39 again. It's creeping. It's creeping. There'll be a seller at 40 and a half, 40 and 3/4. Then there'll be a seller at 41 and 42. So if you are going long, keep that in mind. Till the market gets under 37, I don't see sellers competing. It's very choppy. And we said it was going to be, right? So it's nothing, there's no surprise. Last trading day of the month, markets at new highs, right? It's going to chop around, right? All the rich and famous algos are sitting in the Hamptons smoking cigars, right? Getting ready for the 4th. Oh, good Lord, we're still in A period. Oh boy. It is a lesson in patience. And I think I have to I have to do a shout out to Motorcycle Trader for keeping me occupied and out of bad trades for the last week. If not for Motorcycle Trader and YouTube motorcycle reviews, I would have lost a lot of money. Right? Find something to preoccupy your time when the market is choppy so you don't get too sucked into it. Right? This week, I'm going to try Bring a Trailer, right? The classic car website. That should keep me out of trouble. I think I've got the motorcycle thing out of my system without having to actually spend any money. Yeah, I don't really have it in the budget right now to buy a classic car, and I have no place to put it. So that's what I do. I just fantasy shop. That just keeps me from taking bad trades and getting stuck in chop. You have to do something to occupy your time, right? Build a model car, do something, right? Learn differential equations, do something, whatever you need to do, right? Where are you in Canada, Cryptomania? Oh, oh, Quebec. Ah, tu parles français. That's cool. Is anyone still awake? Dear Lord. Okay, B period's open. Are you ready for some excitement? Ooh, 4 ticks. Testing, testing. Is it working now? Can you hear? It just cut out. There we go. Yeah, sorry, I was just going through some stock. Meta, I'm looking for 755. I was saying Apple's not doing anything. It's got the summer off. Amazon, 222. Microsoft is the silent strong one, eh? I had a 504 price target. I don't know if we'll get there, but we came close. Nvidia, looks like a look above and fail of 158, right? So look for the stock to maybe retrace back to the 154s. Let's see. That's definitely an interesting one. Palantir, little sideways distribution. The 138 level. Those QQQs. Wow. Gold. I don't know. How's the SPY? Everything's just taking a little bit of a breather today. It's a very, very slow last trading day of the month. Okay. Oh. I've got to say I'm short biased. Finally, let's see if we could take out that A low. I'm surprised. The only thing that's holding this thing up is just a massive amount of short covering. That's the only thing that's holding this up. Look at that. Catches another bid. Let's see. If you can build a little position between 37 and 39, and then sell it on the way up, we just got to clear out these sellers at the 40s. Once we clear out those 40 sellers, life will get much better for longs. Every time I'm short biased, it looks underneath 37 and comes back up. So it's like, so much for that idea. This is painfully slow. Yeah, Bring a Trailer is a dangerous website. It's like you find some obscure card, you're like, well, if I sell everything I own, see you, Jerry. Have a good one. Okay, is this ready to go yet? Is the cake ready to come out of the oven? A lookout offer at 40 and a quarter. Let's see if it gets taken. So far, no. Jeez. There's like a wall of offers at 40. And I'm not talking about on the Dom. All right. Printing 40 quarter. I'm out one at 40 a quarter. Right? Doing what I said, out one at 41. Out one at 41 and a half. Out one at 41 quarter. Two left. Out one at 41 and a quarter and one. And I am flat. That's done. Oh. Good stuff, Travis. How you doing? Oh, week off. That's nice. That's always nice. Yeah, the weekend went. I blinked and the weekend was over. Like seriously. Yeah, that's where I was in too, top C. It's what my average ended up being. Yeah, 5 minutes, 4 minutes. See, I was thinking short here, John. Right? I thought short and then follow through. But when it came back up, that's when it gave me the signal to buy a few contracts. Remember, I just said if you rewind it, you'll hear me say, "Oh, I'm short biased," and then not 90 seconds later, I'm like, "Oh, my bias is wrong." Right? I don't really think about initial balance, Derek. A lot of people do, but I don't know how to use it in a trade setup. So people will look at initial balance, and initial balance, according to the market profile dudes is 2 half-hour periods, right? So I know that about initial balance. Now, how do I actually use that in a trade setup? It's not that I don't think it's a good thing. I just haven't done the work. Like when people say, like, what do you think about Fibonacci? I go, I hear good things, but I haven't done the work, so I don't know if it's any good. Because there's so many things to look at. I tend to, once I found stuff that works for me that's simple, I just kind of stick to it. I'm very old-fashioned that way. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Right? I don't know how to use it. I haven't had anybody successfully tell me, okay, this is the initial balance. This is what happens when we break it. This is where you'd put your trade. This is where you'd look for a target. This is your risk. This is the business reason behind the trade. Everybody just goes, it's initial balance breakout, but they don't explain it. Right? Here's the thing. If I'm throwing money at some cockamamie idea, I need to understand the business behind it. And if people can't explain the business idea, then I'm a little worried about it. You know, it's like those guys who say proprietary algorithm. Just give us 200 grand, we have a proprietary algorithm. That's another way of saying Ponzi scheme, right? If they can't explain how it works, right? If you can't explain how it works, you're not getting my money. That's great. How? How? Nothing against anybody. Just explain how you use it. Right? I've heard about this traders who only trade the open and they're done. I've heard about this initial balance, but I still haven't heard how. What are the mechanics of it? Right? Like, show me how. The knee bone is connected to this bone, you know? There's got to be some sort of execution method that is repeatable. Otherwise, tell me how. I'm not discounting it. I just don't know how. Right to VWAP. Yeah, I don't even know what that is. When you say to me open drive trades, I think of convertibles. What's the execution mechanism? Step 1, step 2, step 3. Everything we do in our room that I teach has to be based on practical step 1, step 2, step 3. There cannot be any sort of esoteric it's an art, not a science. All of that stuff doesn't hold any water for me. You know, people are giving me their time and their attention. I need to help them make money in a practical way. Otherwise, what the hell's the point? You know? We're right in the middle of my balance zone. There's nothing going on. While this is doing absolutely nothing, folks, I'd like you to come check out our trading room at thetradingsyndicate.org. Use that 25% code off. We're a great community of traders. I teach and trade in there, and it's practical information you can use, right? And not only have you just trade equities and stocks, I mean forex, and we have everybody doing everything in there. We have people who trade commodities, oil, some pretty sharp people, and we'll also help you pass those funded accounts at Apex. Check out our code. It's in the description. Get a deal. I took my kick at the can with this 39 to 42 long. I'm going to not trade for a while. I'm going to be done at 9. I'm going to go do some one-on-ones. What I'm seeing is if we can't take out 62.30, we'll start to rotate higher. Right? There is buying under 35. Let's see if it lasts. Remember, when you're looking at anything in trading, make sure you understand specifically the reasons why and get shown an example of how it works so you can execute on it. Otherwise, it's very, very hard. There's a lot of esoteric ideas and things like that, but what is the execution? Spell out the execution in simple English, right? So if we're short 37, 36, it's because we've seen sellers, right? Oh, thanks, Uncom. Good to know. You know, you got to remember his first books were written in the 80s, right? Or when they were discovering market profile. And of course, you have to adapt as markets adapt. That's good. I'll go one better, Derek. Hell, take it off the screen. All right, take all this stuff off the screen. All I need are my boxes. That's all I need to make money. I need to be able to identify when there's a seller and when those sellers see buyers. That's all I need to see. I don't need anything else. For me, the less information, the better, right? The offer's lifting over 60, 62.37. It means they've seen buyers. So they're going to raise price to take advantage of it. You don't short a you don't when the market's going up, you don't short it. You wait till the market goes and finds sellers. That'll push price down. You don't short a market where the offer is lifting. That's for you to sell your position into. Does that make sense? Right? The chart is just a sales chart. All this chart is doing is it's taking this, right? These transactions, and it's showing you, is the offer lifting? Watch, 38 quarter, 38, 38 quarter, 38, 38.75. The offer is lowering because of the price competition. See? So when price competition occurs among sellers, the offer moves down. When the sellers see buyers, they all simultaneously raise their offer at the same time, right? All it's doing is it's taking this and it's allowing us to see it in a graphic form. It's just a little easier on the eyes. So instead of watching the offer, which we used to always do, right? 37 quarter, quarter half, quarter, quarter half, 3/4. Offer is lifting. Can we get a 38? Seller at 38. Price competition under 38. See, here you just draw a line. You know that they're selling, right? How many times would you take this look below and fail? Take it if the setup's there. What about context, Travis? Right? So let's talk about that, right? Instead of just having blind rules, what's the market doing right now? Well, it's kind of chopping around that level, right? So probably not the best time. Where are we, underneath the inventory or above it? The inventory is above us. Point of control is above us. There's a lot of volume above us. We spent the entire last hour above where we are. So there's overhang. So maybe it's now not the best time. Unless they drop a really big buy order and all the offers scatter, then maybe 37 to 41. It's a challenging environment today because it's the last day of the month. Everybody, his dog, cat, raccoon, turtle, and alligator are trapped short underneath 62.30. So it's creating really, really unpredictable order flow. Does that make sense? So it's not entirely clear. When it's like that, we just trade less. Right? Like I think I took 4 trades today, which is unusually high for me given the circumstances. So now I'm going to go chill out and wait for my next one-on-one. Off to do some chores? Yeah. Today there's no price action lab. We'll have one on Tuesday. Thanks, folks. We will... Oh, we're not done yet, are we? Oh, we still have 2 minutes. Oh, there's my clock. Trade safe out there, ladies and gentlemen. The Price Action Lab is an extra thing. I have a mentorship program. It's a lifetime mentorship where I work individually with you. And then we have group sessions. If you're interested, DM me, Jaijun. Have a happy Canada Day, Cryptomania. Salut. Go have some poutine for me. Yeah, anybody who's interested in mentoring, just vwaptrader1. I remember when Putin was just a Quebec thing. Now it's everywhere. There's 42. And usually after I get off the mic, it rips, doesn't it? For me, usually maximum is 6, Derek. 3 to 6 trades a day. Not much more than that. That doesn't include test trades. Yeah, I think the old coin of business is doing well, right? Where are we now? 107. We need to break that 112. One of these days. We'll see. We'll see what the 0 and 1 mafia has planned for Bitcoin. Thanks, folks. Have a wonderful morning. We'll see you in the room in a little bit. Bye for now. Trade safe. And if you need me, reach out. I'm around.